What's up, my Essential Unit? It's Essential Man here, so back again with another episode review of South Park, Series 19, Episode 10. The title of this episode is called PC Principal's Final Justice. This series finale to cap off this series of South Park, this was a mixed bag. It wasn't terrible, but at the same time, wasn't perfect. He has some moments in this episode. It's just basically climaxing the story arc of this series of South Park. I'm glad they don't do story arcs ever again. Every time they do story arcs in South Park, they never have any payoffs, like Randy becoming Lord, the Series 18 story arc. This story arc is all about, the PC principal coming to South Park, bringing his PC friends with him. The ads. The Series 20 story arc is Gerald becoming Skank Hunt 42, the people of Denmark, Mr. Garrison becoming president. Series 21 story arc is between Cartman and Heidi. You can tell after Series 21, you can tell they stopped doing story arcs. It's just like, it doesn't really work, because South Park is a comedy show, an adult cartoon comedy show. They did a story arc in 2002, the sixth series of the show, the life after Kenny. That's another story for another time. So anyway, let's talk about the series finale to wrap up Series 19 of South Park. It starts with PC Principal going to a bar in Russia. I don't know, it's in Russia, it must be in Eastern Europe, and beat the fuck out of these thugs. He basically was off the grid because after the events of episode 8, you can tell he's stalled, he wants to get away from the world. He ended up getting captured, we'll get to that shortly. He ended up being the fuck. This has got to be one of the most really best fight scenes you ever seen in a TV show or movie. I think he stamped a guy's head and his head was in pieces. Snapped the guy's neck. He broke the guy's arm. He really stabbed, like, there was a guy with a tash, and PC Principal ended up using, I think it was an ice pick, stabbed the guy's head with an ice pick. He stabbed a guy with a cube, those cubes you play snooker or pool. And also he hold a gun, and this guy says, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them in Russian. I don't know. It's in Russian. Maybe Ukrainian, Belarusian, Kazakhstanic. Depend what it looked like it's from Eastern Europe. Yeah, and the PC Principal said a riddle to this guy, says an African American tipped over a turtle, and a transgender Filipino seen the turtle bake in the sun. What color is the Filipino's father's skin? You don't understand, because I'm guessing because he speaks Russian or a type of Eastern European dialect. And then PC Principal says, see, I knew you're not human. He end up shoot this guy multiple times violently. It looks badass and sick, but it's cool. It got really the episode going. He shot him multiple times. There was blue something pouring out in his head. It looks like blue liquid. Anyway, so you got some tension between Stan and Kyle. It's not a lot from the last episode. Kyle informed Cartman, Stan, Kenny, and Butters that Jimmy has died. PC Principal killed him. He was going after Leslie. Kyle said, I'm protecting Leslie. And Leslie's in a motel somewhere. And I think he didn't name drop Randy. He just say Stan's dad. But he still thinks Stan's dad's brought the PC guy. Maybe, the PC people to South Park. And also says someone used a fake Hot Crosby joke to get Principal Victoria fired. So I'm gonna get this out of the way first. So basically, it was Mackie is the one. This was at the gun show scene in this episode. It said about it was him, got Principal Victoria fired. Said about 18 years. Answering you, and Gerald says maybe a counselor needs counseling. So I don't know. I don't think Mackey's got fired. I think he's still around in South Park. I think he is. He's not dead. He's still around. He appeared in the first episode of Series 23. I think he's still with South Park. I don't really know, but anyway, so this is the reason why there's no payoffs, and also PC Principal end up becoming still remaining the principal of South Park. I'll get to that part later on. Anyway, so the trademark of this episode is all about guns. Just guns. The gun show. You can see on the screens right now, there are a lot of guns, funny gun scenes. The joke got really stale in the second half of the show. The funny one with Cartman and Cartman's mom, because Cartman was watching TV, he's wearing his pajamas, and then Cartman's mom threatened him to shoot him if he's not going to bed. And Cartman's got a gun as well. I think he called his mom, no way, Bill Cosby. I don't know. He's kind of referencing Bill Cosby. I don't know what reference. I know who he is, but I don't know. I don't understand that joke. But yeah, Cartman pulled a gun. Cartman's mom pulled a gun. He went to bed. He did. Moments later, he didn't with Stan and Randy. There was tension between the Marshes. Like they're in the, they're having dinner. Stan and Randy says, "Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me?" Blah blah blah. Took his food and he said he's full. I'm going down to the basement doing a project of one, and then grabbing all the food. And Sharon says, "You're full." It's like, gosh, God damn it, where I think I am? And I'm on trial, basically keeping Principal Victoria, Mr. Garrison, and Caitlyn Jenner behind in the basement. Stan pulled the gun. Randy pulled the gun. It's like, give me the fucking gun. I'll tell mom on you. Blah blah blah. I'll tell you first because you pulled a gun on me. You'll be in trouble more than me. And then the end of this gun scene in the dining hall, in the living room in the Marshes place. Sharon's pulled the gun. Sherry's pulling the gun. Shelly's Stan's sister. Randy, Stan. The only Marsh family never pull a gun is his grandpa. He's just eating. So yeah, I heard like CNN got a lot of shit for this. South Park got a lot of shit by CNN because CNN did like a story going into this episode. I think like people are gonna take it seriously. It's a show. It's just an episode. I saw it just minutes ago. I saw it years ago. South Park. CNN did the news about this episode of South Park. About guns. They take it seriously. It's just South Park just poking fun. They're not saying, oh, guns are good. It's just poking fun. It's a cartoon. It doesn't make any sense. Chill the fuck out. But anyway, so Leslie plays some kind of manipulative Kyle a bit. Like, oh, I'm pretending to be cold. He pretends to, like the PC principal got basically got arrested by the military crew, and then they got basically let him go. He said about like, there's some people are trying to use me and people like me to change the world. Basically for him to ads, pretend to be people, and then, you got like Leslie pretending to be Barack Obama to release him, and he's just manipulative towards Kyle, getting his mind, playing mind games, basically like, oh, you need to do speech, and Kyle says I don't do speech, and then and Kyle says, I think I'm cute. Kyle says, I might do speech with, like, you by my side. And then, Leslie says, no, I'm not, I can't be here with you, Basically, he's basically just, I don't know why Kyle, because Kyle used to do speeches, and, like, he stopped doing it after the events of episode 2 of the series, he got a lot of shit, but, I don't think there's any speech ever since. The one of saying speeches, they do like, I learned something today, if you're a diehard South Park fan. So, anyway, so you can tell Leslie was playing mind games towards Kyle. I think she's kind of like an underrated villain. I don't think she was bad. She was alright, Leslie. See. I'm trying to get and also they're trying to kill Kyle at the gun show. They didn't really say they're gonna kill Kyle, but basically, Randy says, they saw the picture of the PC principal and Leslie, PC principal pushing Leslie on a swing, and Stan says Kyle is protecting Leslie, And so Randy says, we're going to kill him with kindness. With kindness, I mean guns. And then they go, yeah, yes. And also they did the Caitlyn Jenner gag of this series, you know, running over people. They buckle up, buckaroo. And also they said about someone is responsible is not human. And then Garrison says, I don't care, they're human or aliens or vampires, I'm gonna round them all up and fuck them to death. And then Caitlyn Jenner said the joke that he said like, oh, you can't fuck a vampire, you get hepatitis. No, you probably get killed. You know, if you're trying to fuck a vampire to death, unless you're pregnant a vampire. Anyway, so see, yeah, you had the gun show. Look at the Classy a bit. Like I said, like Classy is different than Minzy. Nathan got beaten up by Classy, but I'm gonna say it again. Like Classy says, the ads are playing your ass, and basically she talked back towards Nathan. Nathan slapped her. It's like, shut up, Classy. They go, hell no. You know, I'm gonna break your fucking dick off. I'm gonna break your fucking nose. I'm not your classy ass, mincy ass fools. I'm a classy bitch. He basically beat the fuck out of Nathan because he's different. Classy and Mincy are completely two different people because Mincy is a bit of a dumbass. I know he's mentally illness, but you know he's a bit of a dumbass. He's a dimwit. With Classy, he's you never slap a black prostitute. And then you got the funny reaction of Classy, Jimmy, and Bob Brady in the gun show. And Randy says, Classy? And then Sharon says, Randy? I kind of laughed at that. Like I said, there were some funny moments in this episode. Yeah, they're just, with guns. Yeah, they kind of like beat the joke to death throughout this episode. Yeah. Yeah, there's one scene, you had Kyle and Cartman and the boys. They're in the playground, not in the playground, but in some basketball yard, you know, playing with guns. And then, Kyle says, I'm going to protect Leslie. And Cartman says, don't fall too hard. Do you look sweet? You know, I think it's reference to James Bond because at this moment in time, the Bond movie has already came out, that Spectre movie, because this is like 6 years before the James Bond movie I'm going to see right now. Not right now, but it's coming out next month. Yeah, Cartman was holding, what I mean, like Cartman's holding a gun like James Bond. So anyway, bit of a logic gap, and then I think like Leslie says about if you're trying to stop us, we get smarter. If you're trying to block us, we get smarter. If you're trying to stop us, we are more. If the plans fail, we'll make another plan. You're never rid of ads. And also, she got her ass kicked by the PC principal. Like PC principal says, you twisted the PC name in your own purposes. That's pissed me off. This is a squash match, and really, you can see on the screen, not right now, but I just pour it onto the picture, because I do my reviews of pro wrestling, and this show, behind a image that, basically, PC principal, really punched Leslie's face, his fist went through her face, and really, she's not human. You could tell she is not human. She looks like her blood is proper liquid. It's just liquid. I could see, this is one of my theories, that I could see Leslie coming back. I don't think they'll go back to doing story arcs anymore, but my theory, she might come back for an episode. She might come back in a different form, because she's not human. I think the guy PC Principal killed in the beginning of this episode you can call it human, it's just what it is. You can tell that PC Principal is not a person you don't want to be pissed off. He's one of the dangerous people you don't want to be messing with, because you can tell by being the fuck out Cartman of episode 1 and this episode. You can tell he's super strong, and this is more of a logic gap. It's more of a logic gap. Basically, you had she's super. You got that superhuman strength against Jimmy, being the fuck out of Jimmy in the last episode, but she never used her powers to had a proper fight with the PC Principal. She got her ass kicked, and then Yeah, and PC Principal says you're expelled. Punch her fist through, basically his fist through her skull. That was just like, holy crap, that's hardcore shit, man. I see that is Mortal Kombat. The stuff with the PC Principal in this episode is Mortal Kombat shit, man. And also, I don't get this whole stuff with the whole food flying away. And Randy says, we don't want you there. Our times could be better. Blah blah blah. And then the whole food, the ground was rumbling. He basically the building kind of like en route itself and fly towards the sky. It's typical South Park logic. And also, yeah, not PC Principal, Principal Victoria. You never see her ever again. I can see her coming back in small. They're not gonna kill off PC Principal. It's funny that you're not gonna see his friends ever again. You never see him after the 9th episode of the series. And afterwards, it's just PC Principal, and then the following season introduce Strong Woman, and then the season after that, the PC babies. I don't know. I think it's the point that he's settled, becoming a father. Yeah, they're trying to develop the character of the PC Principal. You're trying to make him not one-dimensional. So yeah, it's he did like an assembly said about he kind of referring to ads, using children, using tactics that was unapproven and unfriendly, and we must be PC, no bigotry and be PC as possible. And Stan says this is gonna be really really hard. I think Stan says when he says it's not really hard, I think it's going to be really hard. Maybe it's just saying it's very hard to be PC, political correct. And also he had the music background during PC Principal's speech. It's America the Beautiful. That was a good music. Listen to that. That's a really good music for America the Beautiful. It's called. You had one scene like you had Caitlyn Jenner putting a badge on Mr. Garrison's coat, says Garrison Jenner 2016. It's kind of planting seeds that funny that 1 year later, Garrison's the president of the United States of America. It was just what it is, political speech. I don't mind it. It was good. Because he said like the enemy is invisible, is the visible foe. It tracks children using tactics, like I said, unapproven and unapproven and unfriendly. Yeah, we must be. Yeah, and he said about be more no bigotry, be more spoken to, something like that, But I'm gonna wrap up this series. I think overall, this episode is a mixed bag, but at the same time, I think the series overall has been not the best one, but I think this was a decent series of South Park. I think it's the last good one. Depending, because we're not gonna see series 25 until next year, but I might not review series 20 until probably in the future. It's a shame, but I think like the first half of the series is good. And then the second half kind of fall down the cliff a bit. But I think I like the episodes like episode 1, episode 2, episode 4, episode 7, episode 9. They are the best episodes so far of the series. I don't think there's a bad episode. I think the only weakest episode is the sponsored content episode. That's the weakest episode so far of series 19. But besides that, there is no bad episodes. They're decent. They're in the middle, but not like terrible. But I really enjoy it. It's been an honor, reviewing these episodes of South Park. I think series 19. You can call it underrated, in my opinion, but it's debatable. You can call this series underrated, but I think I put it in the top 10 best series of South Park in history. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this episode review. So hope you enjoy it, folks. Leave your thoughts on the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the bell. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit member today for more wrestling videos and more. Next time I'll probably review a South Park series, probably in the future. Maybe I might do Series 20 in the future. Maybe the start of next year. Fingers crossed. I might talk about the rest of the story arc of South Park. 20 to 23. Not 23. They didn't have a story arc, but 20 to 21 to really bridge the gap, and then if I don't know if they, I'll talk about if they're gonna. I don't know when they're gonna do Series 25. I think it's next year. They'll probably do it September. They always do it in September because they always do 10 episodes a year. South Park. It's just what it is. I don't know if it's a budget cut. I don't know. It's just what it is. Can't really take it seriously. So yeah, I'm out. Hope you enjoy it, folks. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Like I said, click the bell, subscribe to the channel. This is Essential Man officially signing out. Check you later.